This time we're heading for Grimsdalen, but more on that later. Let's just say it involves mountains, meadows, and a lot of cows. We start our journey in Oslo, city of trams, tech, and slightly suspicious weather apps. But before long, the buildings fade, and Norway opens up. Not far along the way, we're greeted by the first grand view, Mjøsa, the largest lake in Norway. It's massive, it's beautiful, and it makes you question whether you packed enough snacks for the rest of the drive. Naturally, we had to stop. A quick break, just long enough to step out, stretch our legs, and let the lake do its thing. Calm waters, crisp air, and the kind of view that makes you want to speak slower and breathe deeper. Then, back on the road, we rolled along the E6, Norway's central spine. Gliding alongside Mjøsa as the lake stretched wide beside us. We passed through Hamar, a laid-back city brushing the lake's edge, quiet, neat, and proud home to one of Norway's biggest indoor skating arenas. Then came the bridge, an elegant stretch of road sailing over the water, giving us one last sweeping view of the lake before the mountains began to rise in the distance. And just like that, we were heading into Lillehammer, best known for hosting the 1994 Winter Olympics. And yes, it's still bragging about it. Lillehammer sits in the heart of Norway's great outdoors. It's the kind of town where every direction leads to a national park. Eventually, it was time for the most important Norwegian travel tradition, coffee. So, naturally, I pulled into a gas station, grabbed a cup, and got back on the E6, fueled and caffeinated for the road ahead. And what a road it was. Nature on both sides, wide valleys, forested hills, rivers flowing beside us like the road's quiet twin. Then we saw it, a rest area that looked like it had been designed by a poet, tucked beside a river, wrapped in trees and light. Of course, we had to stop. A few minutes to stretch, sip, and just stand there appreciating it all. Because let's be honest, where else in the world does even the rest areas come with a view this good? Only in Norway. Seriously, 10 out of 10 would rest again. I stood there for a moment, just watching the river move. No rush, no noise. Just water, wind, and the quiet reminder that sometimes the journey isn't about the next stop. It's about letting the still moments speak. By now, we'd driven about 300 kilometers. The scenery had been incredible, but the car, it needed a little power nap. So we pulled in for a quick top-up, not for us this time, but for the battery. Not that Norway has a charger shortage. Honestly, it feels like there are more charging stations than gas stations. You're more likely to see an EV plugged in than a moose these days. But still, heading into the wild valley of Grimsdalen, we figured it was smart to load up. Better safe than nervously watching the battery drop while surrounded by goats. So while the car sipped electrons, we took a breather, fresh mountain air, a quick stretch, and a mental reset before the road turned to gravel and the views turned epic. Just as we were about to head into the wilds of Grimsdalen, we remembered something important: dinner. Because sure, the car was charged, the skies were clear, and the mountain views were calling. But let's be honest, a 60-plus kilometer stretch of untouched nature doesn't usually come with pizza delivery. So we made a strategic pit stop in Otta, one of the last proper towns before the landscape turns to pure postcard. We grabbed some food, enough to survive the valley, or at least not regret our life choices halfway in. With dinner secured and spirits high, it was finally time. The road was calling, and Grimsdalen was waiting. With dinner secured and batteries full, we began the gentle climb into the mountains. Snow still clung to the slopes, scattered like powdered sugar across the peaks. And in the meadows below, cows, lots of them, grazing calmly like they owned the valley, which, to be fair, they kind of do. As we approached the entrance to Grimsdalen, a toll camera greeted us with a quiet nod. 110 Norwegian kroner to pass through this slice of highland heaven. Worth it? Every single krone. The asphalt faded, replaced by gravel, a soft, dusty road that matched the landscape. Raw, peaceful, and wonderfully untamed. And then there it was, Grimsdalen, wide open and wild, with snow-dusted ridges, endless skies, and a silence that somehow made everything feel more alive. We kept driving deeper into Grimsdalen, the valley unfolding gently in every direction. The gravel road curled through soft meadows and past still ponds that caught the sky like mirrors. Every few kilometers, a wooden cabin appeared, quiet, weathered, and perfectly placed. Some stood beside small lakes, others nestled into hillsides, the kind of places that make you want to write a book or disappear for a month, maybe both. The landscape here doesn't shout, it whispers. With streams trickling beside the road and wind brushing across old timber roofs, you don't rush through Grimsdalen, you glide, letting each curve in the road offer a new frame of mountain, meadow, and sky. And the further we went, the quieter the world became. As we continued driving north through Grimsdalen, the view to the southeast suddenly opened up, and there it was, a towering presence, draped in snow even in early summer, the mighty Rondane, the highest peak in the Rondane range. Standing tall at over 2,170 meters, it looked like something from a Nordic saga, rugged, distant, and perfectly framed by clouds rolling across the sky. We couldn't just drive past, so we pulled over, opened the trunk, and brought out our dinner, the pizza we picked up earlier in Otta. And let me tell you, pizza hits differently when you're eating it surrounded by snow-capped mountains, in complete silence, with not a soul in sight. A strange little picnic, maybe, but one we won't forget. Just us, a few birds, a valley carved by glaciers, and a slice of pepperoni facing Rondane. After dinner, we took a short walk through the soft mountain moss that blankets the valley floor. This moss isn't just decoration. It's reindeer food, the good stuff, nature's quiet buffet, carpeting the landscape in greens and golds. As we wandered, the day began to wind down, or at least we did, because in this part of Norway, summer nights don't really happen. The light just softens a little, like the sky itself forgot to turn the switch off. So we began the search for the perfect place to stay. Or should I say, the perfect place to pause, since the sun clearly had no intention of going to bed. But then we found it, a spot that honestly felt too good to be true, tucked right beside the river with mountains standing watch all around. It was peaceful, quiet, and so ridiculously scenic that even the GPS probably blushed. A place where the world stood still, and time, finally, decided to take a breath. The next morning, we woke up to stillness, and to views that didn't seem real. Mountains wrapped around us like quiet sentinels. The river whispered beside our tent. The same light that never quite left now greeted us with soft warmth. We brewed a quick cup of tea. Nothing fancy, just something hot to hold as we took it all in one last time. And then, it was time. Time to start the journey back. It's always hard to leave a place that makes you feel like you've stepped out of time. But somehow, that's what makes it stay with you longer. Not long into our return journey, we stumbled upon something unexpected. Solbergplassen, a quiet viewpoint tucked along the road, but it felt more like a gallery carved into the forest. Designed by architect Carl Viggo Holmback and opened in 2008, this place isn't just a rest stop, it's a tribute. From here, the view opens across the Rondane Massif, the same view that inspired Harald Solberg's masterpiece, Winter Night in Rondane, Norway's national painting, a canvas of shadowed mountains, soft snow, and endless stillness. Standing there, it made sense why this view matters. Why they built this place not just to see the mountains, but to feel them. Solbergplassen has won awards for design, for how it fits into nature. But more than anything, it wins you over quietly. One look, and you get it. It's not just what you see, it's what you feel. As we made our way back, there was time to reflect on winding gravel roads that led us between worlds, through wild valleys, sleeping mountains, and moments of stillness that spoke louder than words. on the simple things, like a cup of tea in the morning air, or a slice of pizza with snow-capped peaks for company, on how Norway hides its most magical places, just far enough off the highway to feel like a secret. But truth be told, we were also getting a little sleepy. So when we reached a lake near Ringebu, we did what any mildly exhausted, nature-loving traveler might do: walked straight to the water and splashed our faces with fresh, freezing Norwegian meltwater. Let's just say, we were very awake after that. And then, as if on cue, the weather shifted. A sudden rain rolled in, soft at first, then steady. The view blurred, the world hushed, and just as quickly as it had come, the rain lifted, and there it was again, Mjøsa, waiting for us, calm, familiar, timeless. And just like that, the journey came full circle. From Oslo to Grimsdalen and back again, through valleys, rivers, and quiet roads. A journey made not just of distance, but of moments we'll carry with us. Until the next one,